Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Fernie. My name is Fernando. I'm your resident psychic medium and spiritual teacher. And I'm here to answer your questions. So if you guys want to ask me a question, feel free to post it in the comment section below. I won't be answering everybody's question, but I will try to get to as many of you as I can. For some of you who don't know who I am or what I do, I basically do readings. I tune into people's lives, into people's energy, and I give them information and clarity about their own specific situation or circumstance. I can also communicate with those who are dearly departed and pass on messages of love and healing. If you would like to get a chance to ask me a question, your question, and it can be about anything. It can be about spirituality, about your life. If you want a message from someone specific in spirit, just let me know in the comment section below. Again, right down here. And I will try to get to as many of you as I can. Please give me a thumbs up, like, and share this video feed because the more people I can reach, the more people I can help. So that definitely is something we want to do. A lot of you are coming into the room now, so it's like, hi Wendy, hello, hi April, hi Candace, hi Martha, Rebecca, hello, Patty, hey Patty, how are you doing? Uh, a bunch of you coming in now, so very happy. Oh, hey Brenda, it's good to see you, sweetheart. I don't know if I told you about your bread, the bread that you made or the loaf that you made me. Oh my God, that was so good. The Amish friendship loaf was my favorite. I think it was both mine's and Ed's favorite. So very, very good loaf. So I want to I want to get the recipe, and then I'm going to tweak it so that way I can try to reduce like the sugar and as many carbs as I can. And you're like, that's no fun. Yeah, I know, but still, that way I can try to find make a healthier version of it, because once I had it, that's it. Like it set me off, and I was like on this like bread spree for several days, just eating and eating and eating bread. So, hey guys, let's see. Hey Miguel, hi Dora. All right, Sophie, hey Steven. So again, guys, if you want to ask me a question, go ahead and post it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video feed. That way I can reach as many people as I can. And that's your way of thanking me for doing this for free, right? Also, I got a lot of other goodies for free as well, guys. So if you want to develop your own psychic abilities, and I always tell people that only people who are serious and really want to put in the work necessary to develop your abilities need show that the interest. But if you want to develop your own abilities, you can do it for free. I actually created a class for those of you who are serious about it. I actually made the class for myself, but it's also available for you guys for free. Again, I'm going to say it for free, and it's a professional quality class. So you can find it on YouTube on my website, www.fernandomarone.com. It's a 2.5 hour class, and it's my way of giving you guys an opportunity to develop your own skills. Because I always tell everybody, we are all psychic. We can all do this. I just understand the process and have spent a lot of time fostering and developing this ability. But we can all use our psychic abilities, even if you don't want to be like a professional psychic or medium, just to develop it so that way you can hone in and tune in even more to the little things that you probably should know about in your life, or that you can have kind of a clarity on. It's a great way to do it, guys. I also have a podcast for those of you who don't know. I have a new podcast out. And you can find it also on my website at www.fernandomarone.com. And I love doing it. I'm actually doing one tonight for later today or tomorrow. And so I'm going to talk about dealing with officers whenever I've worked on cases, and how intimidating and how stressful it can be. So I'm going to share some of my experiences with you guys and talk about that. But I've got also other episodes on there. So there's already 3 out so far. One of them talks about what happened to me when I was a kid, and how I developed my abilities, and how I realized that I could do this for a living. Not for a living, but how I could do this. And then I went on to do this for a living. But it's my story. So check it out. It's on my, again, website, fernandomarone.com. So, okay, let's get to some of your questions, guys. And again, I won't be able to answer all of them, but I will try to get as many of them in as I can, okay? I'm going to try to click the comments and see if this comes up. If not, no, it's still too small. I was going to hopefully try to, they changed this. Oh, look, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. Yes, that's what I needed. That's what I needed, guys. Okay, perfect. Yeah, they had changed the layout. of the program that I use, so I wasn't able to like adjust it, but now I can. So Katie Rabbit has a question. Hi, we love you. I feel like my brother-in-law is always around us. Are there any specific signs he sends us so we know for sure? Okay, so there's a couple of things that he's showing me. First of all, I definitely think butterflies are a symbol. I mean, and butterflies are a common symbol. A lot of people get butterflies. Some people get, hummingbirds. Some people get different types of animals. But for you, I definitely get a butterfly feeling. So I do feel there has been an incident or a situation where a butterfly has made itself known in a way that is not just going outside and seeing a butterfly fly by. It's more like, a butterfly is about to fly into your mouth kind of situation. So I definitely think butterflies are a symbol from your brother-in-law. He's also he's dangling something that looks like either I don't know if they're dog tags or like something that hangs off of a keychain. Because whenever you dangle a piece of jewelry, there's like the little things that kind of hang off of it. I don't know if this is a dog tag that someone's made for him, or a little tag or a little inscribed metal, or if this is actually like a keychain and there's something that's like hanging off of something that's inscribed. But he's referencing or showing me something like this. So this may be something that relates to him, that you may need to check into, okay? He also keeps acknowledging something happening on his birthday. So either when his birthday happened or when his birthday passed, something came up and happened on that day, or there was a weird incident or situation that came up on the birthday, because he's referencing that same day and almost giving you guys a hint or trying to give you guys a clue on the birthday about his presence or being with you guys. So there was almost like an indicator on the date of his birthday or a special anniversary date, but I'm thinking it's the birthday because he's referencing that as well. So those are some of the symbols that are signs that I think he's referencing or wanting to acknowledge for you guys. He's also with another female. I want to say this is probably a grandmother who passed away from either cancer or some issues with the lungs, because I'm seeing that as well. So there's a female with them that he's wanting to reference or say hello to. Okay, and I think the nickname, she might have gone by like Mimi or Mima or Mimi, but there's almost like a nickname like that because I keep seeing the double M or MM, so I'm seeing that as well. So there may be a reference to that as well. So if you don't know who this is, you need to ask about it, but I'm seeing something like that because he's referencing a female being there as well. Okay, all right, so let's go to another question. Sorry. Alter, which ancestors seem to be trying to reach me? Okay, so Tamara has a question. It says, hi Fernie. Let's make this closer here. There we go. Hi Fernie, starting my first ancestor altar, which ancestors seem to be trying to reach me. I've not heard of that before. Ancestor altar, interesting. I don't know. I've never heard of an ancestor altar. I know people who make altars, either if they have like their religious things. Like some people have crosses with their little prayer cards. I know in the Catholic, we always have altars. Usually in most homes, there's like a little place where they put the cross and they put candles and the rosary or whatever we use to pray. But in other people's religions, they have different things. I know friends who put like positive affirmations or positive things in that way. Tamara, what I think, which ancestor's coming up for you, I definitely see two females in spirit. One of them is a mother figure, and I don't know if she partially raised you, but she wasn't your mom, but she partially raised you because she's acknowledging either participating in your raising or being around you a lot when you were a kid, but this is not your mother. So this would be, I would say, either like an aunt or great aunt or a grandmother, but there's an energy like that that's around you. There's also another female there as well who is younger, much, much younger, and either this would be like on the level of friend, cousin, acquaintance, etc. But this is on that level, so it's not as old as like above you. It's to your side, and I feel like that person is either someone you used to work with or someone that you knew through school. But that comes across in that way as well. So that's a younger person as well, and so that's someone else who's also with you as well. Now, granted, I'm not going to pick up on every single person that's with you in spirit, but those are the two that are coming through prominently for me. The female, she keeps showing me the letter D, so I don't know if she went by nickname like Dee Dee or if her initials were D. But she's referencing the letter D as being significant. She's also making fun of her nails. So either her nails would be something that would relate to her, or there's something special about the nails that she's making reference to. Okay. All right. So let's go over to another one. Let's see. Angela has a question. Any messages from dad to me? Yes. So two things. One is I'm smelling smoke. So I don't know if your father was a smoker or if if this is somebody else in spirit, but I'm smelling smoke. So usually whenever I smell smoke, it's a usually indicator that someone was a smoker or there was a big smoke association with them. What's interesting with your dad is he makes me feel like he was having trouble breathing or he couldn't catch his breath and he wasn't sure what was going on, but it's almost like he couldn't catch his breath. He's also holding your hands. Now, either you got a chance to hold his hand towards the end of his life, or he's referencing feeling your hands, even though he may not have been completely conscious because he's referencing that, or there was a dream where you were holding his hands, but he's doing this with your hand. So he's referencing holding your hand and wanting to let you know about that. He also keeps making a symbol for baby. So either he's referencing that there's a child in spirit with him who's miscarried, lost, or terminated, or there's a child that's coming in or been born since his passing that he's wanting to reference. But he's acknowledging that symbol for baby, so he's acknowledging that as well. He's also referencing. I don't know if you guys still have your dad's shoes, or if he had these special sandals or special shoes that he would wear all the time because he wasn't comfortable or his feet hurt. So he's referencing these special shoes. So he's acknowledging that. But there's either something about still having his shoes or something about his special shoes that he's acknowledging. But he's around you. He just wants to say hello and let you know that he's around you. He sees everything that's going on, but also that he loves you and that he's still with you. Okay. Let's see. Patty, any thoughts on school for me? You mean school like classes, like you taking classes or what you can get into? I definitely could see you getting into finances or dealing with the financial aspect, whether that's bookkeeping or whether that's like accounts receivable, accounts payable. I could totally see something like that being an option for you. But I keep thinking of that, and then I keep seeing, um, I keep seeing a law office in the United States. So I'm thinking this is taxes. I wouldn't be surprised if you have an opportunity to get into taxes or get into something financially that has to do with taxes or has to do with filing documents and forms. So I'm seeing something like that that might actually be an option for you. So just be aware of that. I don't know your exact specific situation. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking me or not, but that's what I'm seeing when I tune into this. So that's what I'm feeling for you. Okay. Let's see. This is for me. It won't be the same because the sugar feeds the yeast. Wendy's like, it won't be the same because the sugar feeds the yeast. I know it won't be the same, but I can trick my mind. I can have enough of it that I can trick myself in thinking that I'm having something deliciously sugary, carby, even though it's like more keto friendly. Um, Okay, here's a question from April. I started dating someone around November and I was wondering what you see for my love life. April, okay, so here's what I will say, April. I definitely feel that there's potential with this connection, but you might have to be patient, meaning that either the person isn't completely 100% like mentally there, where they're applying or they're putting themselves into the connection, or there's other things that are interfering or interrupting their situation, and they're not completely available as much as they need to be. I don't feel bad about it though. I feel like there's definitely potential there, but you're just going to have to practice patience. I think when you get closer to around June or July, you're going to have to make some choices or decisions about this connection because there may be either you have to there's an opportunity for this to go to the next level, or something else may show up around that time as well, and you may have more than one opportunity for love or romance this year. So just be aware of that because we get closer to July, that may be more of a likelihood. But I am seeing that being more um, of a focal point around that June or July timeframe. So just hang in there, be patient, let them kind of get more and more and more into the relationship. Don't worry about forcing or pushing or pressuring because that may slow things down or that may also create some complications that don't need to happen or don't need to come up right now. Okay, it's weird because you think of people. People for some reason think that when you meet somebody, they have this whole story ever after mindset. Like I meet someone within a few weeks, we decide we're in a relationship, serious committed relationship. Within a few months, we either move in or we get engaged and get married. Like a lot of people think that relationships should function that way. And I know of people who've had relationships where they were together for years before they decided to maybe make it permanent or make it a committed relationship. I know people who were together for years before they actually decided to get married and moved on to that next stage. So no relationship is typical. No relationship is going to go the way it should ideally go. I know in the first year, my sister's current relationship, after the first year, she was like, "Why isn't he? Why isn't he? He why isn't he proposing to me? Why are we not engaged yet? I'm like, it's only been a year, girl. Give him a break. Like, you need to let him get used to being with you. Not that, maybe you should try living together before you decide to get engaged, because that's just a lot of pressure on putting onto a relationship. Yeah, I also have to remember, guys, that most marriages end in divorce. That is just statistically the way it is. And so most people, and the reason why most marriages end in divorce is because something is not happening that should be happening in the beginning stages of marriages. And if we're all growing up being trained and conditioned to do things a certain way when it comes to dating and spending time with others, then there's something there that maybe we need to fix or we need to tweak that will give us a better chance of making something work. I think that if you can spend time with someone, a lot of time with someone, and then start to build healthy boundaries where you don't lose yourself completely in the relationship, but you still have your own identity and you can still share time with each other, but it isn't all about the relationship, then I think you're able to maybe go the long haul. You're maybe able to do a lot longer of a relationship than if you just get together and you want them to focus completely on you and be obsessed with you and all. Why are they not making me happy? Why is this person not making me happy? First of all, it's not their responsibility to make you happy. It's your damn responsibility to make your own self happy. So don't be putting that on somebody else when that's your responsibility. But if you can live with somebody and if you can spend time with somebody and respect them for who they are, not for who you want them to be, and then enjoy that time together, and when you do come together, when you have that time together, then you're way better prepared for marriage than just this whole like Cinderella story, because it just is not going to happen. And very often the case. Not only that, but because our generations are changing so much. When you think back to people who have been together for 50, 60 years, their circumstances, the way things were back then are very, very different. And so you can't apply those same conditions to current present day because things don't function the same way. People are not raised and brought up in that same way as well. So just take that into consideration, guys. Amber's like, do you see a relationship for me soon? I do. I see a relationship for you. Well, yes and no. It's not always as clear as that. I think that you'll have an opportunity to date or to get into something in and around August or September. What's interesting is you might start up this connection or you may meet this person and it starts to roll into something, but it may not even get to the point of a relationship. But then there's a break. Either you two, for some reason, things just don't progress after that, or you kind of just pull away. And then I think next year, around February of next year, they pop back into your life, and then there's more of an ability to reconnect in a way where it can become something more serious. So I will say that there is a potential. I definitely see you dating or meeting people, but I'm not seeing anything as significant as like a relationship until February of next year. But it could start this year when you meet this person around August or September, where you start to build something at that time. Okay. Nicole Peria says, hello, Fernie. Hello. Um, Pat has a question. Tomorrow my son will have been gone 9 months. Is he around for his son? Yes. So I absolutely believe that your son is around for his son, or your grandchild. What's interesting is he keeps talking about the number two. So I don't know if the child, if there's, I don't know if there's a connection to the number two, like February or the second of a month, or he's referencing more than one child, but he's referencing the number two. So I'm assuming he's referencing either a date or the amount of children that there are. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps referencing, I don't know if you guys recently went to a festival or to a carnival where there's a big Ferris wheel, because I keep seeing this merry-go-round or Ferris wheel thing, because he keeps referencing that. So he's acknowledging either someone being taken to this or being able to go and do this, and there being a picture of this. So he's referencing that. So if you guys have recently or in the last few months gone and taken a child or taken a son to do something like this, then and there's a picture, then he may be referencing that. Either that or there is a picture of both of them together at this carnival event, but he's referencing that. So he is around his son for sure. Steven's like, I'm trying to find a buyer for your Houston house. You are so sweet. I currently right now I have a friend who's the realtor for my house. His name is Ryan. He's pretty awesome. I've known him for many years. And he understands energy and he operates off of the level of energy. So it's not always just about like people and business, it's all about energy as well. And I've known him since back when I worked at Starbucks, and I was the manager for that Starbucks, and he worked next door as a manager for T-Mobile, and we became friends. And then over time we've kept, as time went on, we jobs took us elsewhere, and we kept in touch. So he's been the guy who's been helping me with the house and all that other stuff. So it's been doing pretty well. So I'm excited about that. Um, Ginger's like, how does my health and finances and my relationship look, and is this and that? You're asking me like 17 different questions, but I'm going to focus on your health, okay, Ginger? So here's what I will say. When I tune into your health, what I will say is two things. One is I keep seeing the way that your back is arching. I want to say that there might be an alignment issue with your back, but not alignment like sideways, alignment like forward. So what I would say is be mindful, be careful, because there may be an arch forming in your back that you probably need to go follow up with the chiropractic doctor, or maybe work on posture just to help, so that way it reduces some of that pressure that is building on the bones in the back. And that may also create that tension in the neck area here as well, and also in the jaw, because I am seeing a little TMJ for you, which means that you might be clenching or you might be grinding your teeth at night. So you might need to look into like a mouth guard. So that's one thing. The other thing that I want you to keep an eye on, I don't want you to get scared. I don't want to freak you out, but here's what I will say. I am seeing this area of the body here, which would be the chest or the breast area. If you have any kind of weirdness show up in the skin or around the breast area, go get checked. It might just be something you need to go get checked just to make sure it's okay. But I am seeing that you need to pay attention to the breast or the chest area within the next 2 or 3 months. And it may not be like deep. It may not be like within the breast. It may actually be on the skin. So you have any weird like rashes or any weird like reaction. And that's what I'm talking about, the skin. I'm not talking about like deep breast issues or breast tissue. I'm talking more about the skin level. Like if you see any weird like dots or any weird rashes or any weird flakiness or anything like that with the skin on the breast or chest area, go get checked, because it may be something you probably need to go get antibiotics for, or it may be something that you need to treat so it doesn't become more of an issue down the road. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, Candace has a question here. Bring this up a little bit. Okay. I have so many questions about my life. My main question is about my father that recently passed away this past September. Are there any messages from him? I miss him terribly. Yes, so he keeps playing music for me. So he's actually showing me a musical instrument. It looks like a guitar, but sometimes just guitar playing means musical instrument or musical playing. But he's referencing this, so I don't know if he was ever a guitar player or if someone played a special song or actually like really sang or played a song specifically for him, but he's referencing that, so he's acknowledging that. What's interesting is I keep thinking back to, I don't know if he was a country music person, but I keep thinking back to some of these songs, like You're My Little Girl or so, because I keep hearing that in my head. So there's something about a song, or there's a reference to My Little Girl, but there's a reference to that with the music. So I'm hearing that. He also keeps acknowledging, what is it, the 7th. He keeps acknowledging the 7, the number 7. So either July would be connected to him, or the 7th of a month is somehow connected, and he's referencing that because he's acknowledging that date as being significant or important. So he's referencing that as well. He also keeps talking about the 3 and the 4. The 3 and the 4, I don't think as a date. I actually think he's referencing people or like family members. So I don't know if there are 4 of you and there are 3 left, or he's referencing like 3 of 4, but he's doing that and he's trying to reference something there as well with that. He also keeps acknowledging the documents or the forms or the paperwork. So there's something about the paperwork or there's something about the forms that he's wanting to make reference to. I don't know if he had a will or not, but what I would say is go back and think about that and what's going on. Either there's a will or there's papers or documents and forms that have to be handled, and he's talking about the 3 of the 4. So he's making reference to that, okay? Dora's like, the man I'm dating, is he genuine? If you have to ask me that, then I kind of want to say maybe he's not. Here's what I will say. I don't think that he's not ingenuine. I don't think he's being disingenuous or he's trying to intentionally like lie about anything. I just think that sometimes he's a bit of a storyteller, which means either he makes it sound differently than it is, or he has a tendency of kind of making it sound, in his favor. So what I would say is, whatever he says to you, take it with a grain of salt. Really, it's about what he's going to do and not what he's going to say. Because I wouldn't think that everything he says he says he's going to be able to do. So just watch what he does, not what he says, and that will be your answer. However, to answer to kind of give you even more about that, I do think that the next 2 or 3 months are going to be like crucial as far as the development and the further growth of this relationship, which means things might change in 3 or 4 months, but just keep your eyes open. And in 3 or 4 months, you might find yourself either deciding this isn't for you, or deciding that maybe you both need to work on some things, because some things that are happening in a relationship may not be working to improve or to benefit it. So just keep your eye open. But 3 or 4 months, and again, take everything with a grain of salt. Watch what he does, not what he says. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, Mary's like, shared this. Thank you, Mary. Love you for that. Is this new job a good change for me? Yes and no. Again, not always as simple as that. I think it's good for you because either the schedule may work better for you, or there may be some more flexibility as far as like time off or time away or whatever. So I feel like that's going to be a positive thing that will start to work in your favor. But I do think there's going to be a lot of work for you. So I do think you might seem a little overwhelming at first, or the first 2 months of getting into the new job might feel like a bit much. So just bear with it, because I think it'll, after the second month, the third month will start to smooth out, and you'll start to feel more of a regular thing for trends, everything kind of working the way it should. But I do think that the scheduling or the benefits as far as time off or vacation may work in your favor, because I feel that you'll just benefit more from that. Okay. Um, Julianne has a question. Hello, what's my health looking like healthier? Um, I see, Julianne. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by your picture because I'm looking at your picture and I'm like noticing you like posing it, and I'm seeing the two kids in the back, and they're like not even they're not even noticing you. They're like, like not important to us. So hello, what's my health looking like healthier? I think you're going to be making a change with your diet or your lifestyle in that way. So you're going to be taking some things out of your diet and actually putting some other things in. I also see you getting more into supplements, and I think it's going to be beneficial for you. I do think that it's going to take you a few months before you start to really feel great, but I think by May you'll be much more balanced, or you'll feel much more energetic and healthier at that time. But it is going to be a bit of a journey there for you. So, but a lot of it has to do with the lifestyle changes that I feel you're going to make within the next month and a half. Okay. And I do think part of that is your digestive system working better, which means your intestines, your digestive system just feels like it's going to be easier for it after some of these changes are made. Lisa has a question here. Hi, do you know if moving is the way to go right now for us? I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Just put that out there, because I don't like telling people what to do and then they go do it, and then I may give them bad advice because they need to make that decision anyways. Though most of my advice is usually good sometimes. But do you know if moving is the way to go right now for us or not? I am not seeing a move right now. If there is a move, I would say 2 months from now there may be a move. But I do feel that a move in a couple of months may actually work really well, or the timing of that may work better than anything like right this minute. So I would say in a couple of months. So we're February, March. So I would say around the March or April timeframe, there may be more of a beneficial reason for moving than right now. If you moved right now, it may just get complicated, and then I think you might decide, or you may figure we should have waited a little bit. So I think 2 months from now would actually be a really good time for you to move. Heidi has a question. Hello, Fernie. Do you have a message from my father for me from the other side? Yes. So he's doing this with his fingers. I don't know what this means, but he's like doing this. So he's trying to make a gesture, or he's trying to do something with this. Either there's something about the way his hands, or the hands move, or there's something here. I don't know what this. I mean, I almost want to do the itsy bitsy spider, but I feel like he's doing something with his hands, and it means something. So he's referencing that. He's also pointing to a necklace or something that would hang around the neck as being significant. He's also referencing a ring, so he's acknowledging that as well. I also can smell him. So sometimes when he's around you, you're going to smell his cologne, or his a scent that he was known for. But there's something like that. Again, he's going back to this as well. I don't know if he was if he was buried or cremated, but I almost want to say he might have been cremated because I'm seeing remains, and then I keep focusing on this. So there's something there that he might be trying to acknowledge or wanting to let you know about. Also, he is talking about the two girls or the two females. So I don't know if you're one of two and there's another one of you, or he's referencing that there's two of you, but he's referencing the two girls or the two females as being significant or connected as well. He's also referencing the name Janie, Janet, Jenny, Junie. It's almost like a J female name that I think I want to say, because you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Three's Company. Do you remember the show Three's Company with the two people, the two girls that lived in the house and the guy? So he's showing me that memory for some reason, and then I'm hearing that Janet's name, which was the character on the show. So he's referencing that in some form. So there's something there about that as well. Okay. Um, Kayla has a question. Hi, Fernie. Will I get a new house next year? Yeah, I think you'll get it. You'll start it in February, but you may not settle into something till March or April. So, around March or April of next year is when you, I think you'll settle into something or find something that works for you. Mindy, hey Fernie, hope you're doing well. Are there any messages from my mom? She's been on my mind constantly. Anything she needs to tell me? Yeah, I think she has more of a concern for you than it is her trying to tell you something about her. I think she's wanting you to either take it easy or to stop stressing out, because either you're letting things get to you or you're having things are kind of seeming, you may be seeming a little overwhelming, and you might be feeling like you wish you had that support or that sense of connection just so that you can communicate and get a little bit of a feedback or get a little bit of a support nurturing vibe back. But I think she's just wanting to let you know that you're doing too much, or you're taking on too much, and you need to take, like, bring it back a little bit. Don't be afraid of disappointing people, and I think that's the biggest thing she wants me to tell you. Do not be afraid of disappointing people. Sometimes you have to say no to others in order to say yes to yourself. So I think that's what she's also wanting to tell you. Also, she keeps referencing the April timeframe as being connected. So either April is an important month, January, March, or April, or the fourth. The fourth a month is, or the fourth of a month is connected, but she's referencing that number or that time frame as well. So there may be something that is connected or meaningful. Okay. Jessica's like, hi, can you connect me with a friend that has passed? The name is Cassidy. So let me see if I can connect with Cassidy. There's actually four females in spirit for you. So I'm going to assume Cassidy is one of the people, but I'm seeing four females in spirit. There's also a dog, which is weird because I want to say, I keep thinking of a buck or a deer, but for some reason I want to say this is a dog. So I'm seeing this as well. When I try to connect to Cassidy's energy, I'm seeing, I don't know if this is a heart tattoo or there's some sort of a tattoo that she's making reference to. So either she had a tattoo or you got a tattoo, but she's referencing something like this as being meaningful. She also keeps acknowledging, I don't know if one of you wore these really funky glasses when you were younger, or there's a picture of someone wearing these funky or fun glasses. But there's a reference to this picture, and almost like I could see my face and I can see these glasses. So there's something there that she's relating to. So there either may be a picture of you two together, where there's a picture with someone with the glasses, or she's relating to this picture of her with the glasses, but she's referencing that as well. So those are a few things she wants to let you know about. Also, she is acknowledging baby. So she's referencing child or baby. Either she's met a child before their passing, or there's a child named after her, but she's referencing that as well because she's making a symbol for baby. So she wants to relay that as well. What's interesting is not only am I seeing that once, I'm seeing that twice. So there may actually be more than one child that has taken on the name, or there's more than one child or more than one individual that carries the name or that shares the name with her, because she's saying twice, twice, twice. So there may be two babies or two references that she's acknowledging for you. Okay. Um, Miguel has a question. Um, my grandmother passed. Does she have any messages for me? Yes. So a couple of things. First of all, I'm definitely seeing some issues with her blood. So this would either be some sort of a blood issue or cancer, because I'm seeing both of those. I also get a feeling that she is either this was not caught in time, or there was too much time went by before treatment, and then this turned into something bigger, because she's referencing that as well. She also keeps apologizing about the holidays. So either she passed right before the holidays, or she passed maybe passed around the holiday, because she's apologizing about a holiday as well. She also wants to say hello to your mom, and she's almost holding hands or making peace with mom. So I don't know if they didn't get along, or there may be some things that she needs to say to your mother, but she's making a symbol for holding hands with mom. And so whenever I see this with the spirit, it means that I'm with them, or that I'm making peace with them, or I got this. So there's something there that she's referencing there. Okay. Felicia. Hi, Fernando. I keep feeling a presence around me. Is there any type of spirit in my life trying to guide me? So I think that this is actually sometimes um, sometimes when we are open, or we're spiritually like evolving, sometimes other spirits may try to use us to communicate with their loved ones. I don't actually think this is a spirit for you. I actually think this is a spirit for somebody else who's trying to use you to communicate to their loved one. This seems to be a younger, I believe it's a younger male who passed suddenly or unexpectedly. I also feel that they're either the child, or they're connected directly to someone that you may be connected to, and they're just wanting to say hello or let them know that they're around and that they're at peace or they're okay. So I think they're trying to come through or communicate with someone in that way. I don't know if it's California that's connected as well, if there's a California connection to this. Um, yeah, I will say California. No, I'm sorry, Colorado. Either California or Colorado, because I'm seeing mountains, and sometimes when I think of mountains, for me, it's automatically Colorado, but I'm seeing the mountains that remind me of California and the beach. So for me, that's California. So there either is a Colorado or California connection that might be associated with that person. But I actually think it's a spirit that's trying to use you to communicate with their loved ones here and let them know that they're okay. So I think that's what's going on there. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to answer just a couple more, and then we're going to call it a wrap here. Okay. Melissa has a question. My mother passed away and she never knew her family because she was adopted. Is it okay with her that I'm searching for them? So, first of all, whenever we take on these kinds of situations, or whenever we do these kinds of things, most spirits are usually pretty supportive. I've only had a handful of spirits who say, be careful, just because the people that you might be reaching out to may not be the warmest or kindest people. Here's what I will say in this specific instance, Melissa. I get a feeling that either your mother, either she would her birth mother, either her birth mother um, didn't didn't have a proper relationship with the father, or someone was married and there was almost like someone in that connection was married, so the decision was made for this to take place, for the child to be given up to adoption, because it wasn't going to work out, or there was some complicated situation there. So what I would say to you is, if you start digging and going into that, which I'm not saying you shouldn't, if you go into that, just be aware that it may be a really complicated story, and they may not even know all the details of who the father was because of those specific situations. So be mindful of that. But I definitely feel there's a lot more family there than you realize. And I also feel that some of those people don't even know that your mother existed. So there's a lot of like missing elements there that you might have to dig around for. Okay. Um, all right. Let's see. Tammy has a question. Hi, Fernie. Do you feel like my current jobs are going to continue to grow enough to give me enough to support me, or do I need to look for a different one job? Thank you. So I'm actually feeling three. I don't know how many jobs you have right now, but at some point you might actually be doing three. One of them is very sporadic though, so it's not like something you would do regularly. It would be something that we do every now and then, if the opportunity comes up. But I'm definitely seeing three that you would be doing throughout the year. Now, here's what I will say. Right now, I do get a feel that one of your jobs is going to go away, or it's going to change by March. And either you may decide to go ahead and just drop out of that altogether because it may no longer serve you, or because it's just going to get really complicated. The other job, I think you're going to still stick with that, and I think that as you stick with it, there may be more revenue, or you might get a little bit of a raise around September of this year. I also feel that as one of the jobs is going away, like less than 2 months later, there's another job that comes up for you where you might either become some sort of a caregiver, or you might become some sort of an errand person or help somebody else out with their stuff. For example, let's say there's a neighbor and they're elderly and they need some help, and if you maybe do their groceries every week or whatever, then they'll pay you. Like it's some sort of like favor like thing that comes up later on, like 2 months after the one job that goes away kind of goes away. The other job that you do every sporadically or whatever, that'll still be up there for you. But I'm like I said, scene three, one of them is going to go away this year. Another new one's going to come up. That job's going to offer you a lot more flexibility, but there's almost like this caregiver type of role that you might take on there. The other job, a little bit of a raise in September, but honestly, if you wanted something that was going to earn you like a lot of money or a lot more money than you make now, I would probably say you would probably have to look for like a new job altogether. But there's also some skills you would need to hone. You would need to redo, not redo, renew, or you might need to renew like a license or a skill, or do something educationally, not long-term education like a degree, but like educationally to boost up your skill set, so that way that you qualify for specific types of jobs. But I do think you would have to like renew or recertify or do something like that, and then get a new job altogether for something that would pay you a lot more. But right now, I'm still kind of seeing you stay with the same setup that you have right now, and then one job leaves, and then a new one comes in 2 months after that. Okay, guys, if you want to learn how to develop your psychic abilities, just go to my website, www.fernandomarone.com, and I have a link to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has everything on there, and you can learn how to develop your own psychic abilities. You can do this yourself, and if not, just learning how to be more aware. This is a great way, and just understanding how this works, because a lot of people do not know how psychic abilities work or what happens here, and everything is like magic to them. Everything is like supernatural, or it's like one of the shows that they see on TV, which is never usually the case. So I always suggest to people that if you're going to do anything to deal with your psychic abilities, make sure that you start off with a really strong foundation so you know what you're dealing with, okay? And my class is the best way to do that. It's free, guys. So, I mean, really, I'm not asking you for anything except to take the class, because I want to teach as many people as possible so that they're not uneducated and unaware of what this is and how this works. Okay. I also have a new podcast out, so if you're interested, please check it out. I talk about a lot of interesting topics, and it's my way of being honest and completely unfiltered with you guys. So on the podcast, I curse. I'm more myself than I am now. Now I'm kind of in pro mode because I'm doing this for you guys. But whenever I'm just talking, I'm just being me and just kind of sharing what is on my mind and what I feel about certain things, and it coming from my own personality and talking about my story and how I come from where I was to present day. So check out my podcast as well. And I'm going to be shooting a new one tonight, which will be out tomorrow. And please give me a thumbs up and a like or a share on this video, so that way I can reach more people and be able to help more people. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all, and I will see you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.